Hi, it's Pastor Paul L. Anderson here at the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship, where we believe God's blessings never stop flowing. It is Fantastic Friday. We thank God for all He has seen us through and all that He has helped us to get to. Well, we have gotten to Friday. It's the day in which we can say, God, I thank you. Even though it's autumn, even though it's fall, it's amazing how the weather has taken a change and has done a throwback to getting spring again. Well, all of us know this too. It will not last. It will come to pass. But one of the things that we do know will last, and that is God's word. Paul continues his writing to his son Timothy in the ministry in 2 Timothy, the second chapter, verses 1 through 7. Paul writes to Timothy and he tells him, my dear son, be strong through the grace that God gives to you through Jesus Christ. Paul writes Timothy and he tells him, first of all, to be strong. You've heard my teachings. They have been confirmed not only by God's Spirit, but also in the presence of so many reliable witnesses. Don't ever forget what you've been called to do, and that is to be a good soldier of Jesus Christ. He tells him, Timothy, if you're going to do what God has called you to do, if you are going to have a triumphant Thursday, if you're going to have a fantastic Friday, it's only because you have allowed God's word to take root in your life, and that you know in the midst of the preaching, you will have suffering, but always know that Jesus tells us to be a good soldier of Jesus Christ. Now, as Paul is in prison and looking out his barred windows, he equates the life of a Christian soldier with one of a Greek soldier. The soldiers in his day, they found themselves being loyal to whatever they have been asked to do. They're always on duty. They're always in uniform. They're never half dressed. They have everything that is needed for them to carry out their job. And he reminds him, Timothy, always be a good soldier. Always have the sword of the Spirit. Always have everything that you have been equipped to carry out the good news of the gospel. And a good soldier does not entangle nor tie himself up with civilian affairs. A good soldier minds his business and sticks to the business he's been called to do. So he tells him, do not be distracted. Do not allow yourself to drift away from what you're here as your primary responsibility, but do what you've been called to do. He tells him, just like an athlete who wants to win a prize, he must focus on the rules of the game, keep his eye on the finish line or her eye on the finish line, and work hard until the job is done. In the same way, if you were a farmer, farmers know what their job is. They stick to the fields and they stay in their field. When you and I stick to the field and stay in the field, it is then we know that the harvest will come because we've planted the crops, we've done all the irrigation, and we've done all that is necessary. He reminds Timothy, do the same with your faith. Make sure that you have planted it deep and firmly in the soul of God's word, and that it will bring forth a harvest, not only in this life, but it will also benefit those who will come afterwards. You and I must remember, as Timothy was taught to be a good soldier, let's do what God has called us to do. May we never be distracted, but always have our focus on what God has called us to do. I want to remind you that you're exceedingly and abundantly blessed. And this year of 2022, God has a great blessing in store for you. All we have to do is stay focused and follow the instructions. God bless you, and you are God's child, so live like it.
To sow a seed to the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship, visit our newly redesigned website, thefountainofraleigh.org, and select Sow a Seed from the homepage. Also, giving has been made easier with the new Fountain of Raleigh app, available now in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. Download today, select Giving from the main menu, and then follow the directions to complete your giving through Subsplash.
Thank you so very much for all of your gifts and donations that you've given to the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship. We thank you for what you've done in the past, what you're currently doing, and what you will do in the future. Your gifts and donations helps us to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ, not only locally, but throughout the world. Thank you again for your gifts, and may God continue to richly bless you. It is here at the Fountain that we believe that we are exceedingly and abundantly blessed, and may you receive those blessings that God has in store for you.